Hello and welcome to the Growing Green podcast. Your host, Jeremiah Jennings, is the owner of Growing Green Landscapes in Birmingham, Alabama, and has a passion for growing the entrepreneurship community for those who are young in business. Being a business owner isn't easy, especially in the early years, and that's why in this show we dive into a wide range of topics covering all the challenges small business owners deal with. Even if your company is generating $1 million or more, the stories from our great guest and Jeremiah's own firsthand experiences will propel your business forward. And now, here's your host, Jeremiah Jennings.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode today here on the Growing Green podcast. This is your host, Jeremiah Jennings, and I am so excited to come to you with another fresh new show for your Wednesday. Thank you for tuning in, and let's hop in, man. It is exciting times to be here. I am not going to complain about much on today's show because I'm sitting here on the balcony with the waves rolling in on the beautiful Gulf Coast of Alabama in the summer, which means we'll top out at about 88, 90 today. Probably get a passing shower. And probably get a good nap in as well. So it is a good week of vacation ahead. I'm excited. We got in late last night, but excited to be here, excited to spend some time, some rest, recovery, relaxation with the fam and get ready for the rest of the summer. We were talking the other day on Marriage Monday, Savannah and I, like we love vacationing, and the fact that we hadn't gone anywhere since February, I was like, what the heck, that's crazy. We usually go somewhere once every two to 3 months at 3 at the most. Even if it's somewhere small, and we have not done anything. We've just been working and trying to grow. So it's been a good year so far. A lot of things that have gone into it, but we'll talk about that on another show. We might get into some of it today, but we have a great guest interview with us. We have Martin from Hodder's Landscaping. Martin and I had the pleasure of meeting at an event back in, I don't know, when was that? March, I think, end of March, early April.
Yeah, I think it was mid-March there down in North Carolina. So
yeah, man. Well, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming on. We've been wanting to do it for a while, and schedules aligned. You got a rain day, so I said, hey, let's do it. And I want to hear a little bit more about your story and stuff, man. And then we need to share your travel day. That was where we really we connected on two things. We connected on Martin's love for traveling and the travel experience that he had to get to North Carolina from where he's at, and we also talked about loonies and toonies, and we might get into some of that today too, because I was not educated on the Canadian coin system, and I left an educated man. So welcome to the show, man. Thank you for joining us. Take it away. Tell us a little bit about your story, what you got going on, and then we'll hop into the rest of kind of unpacking your business and everything that you're doing out there now.
Absolutely. No, I appreciate you having me on. Like I said, we've been trying to do this for pretty much 2 months now, I guess.
Yeah,
and
literally.
Finally got it lined up to work. But so I have lawn care, landscaping, and snow removal company out on the east coast of Canada in Nova Scotia. I know you were talking about your 80 and 90 degree days. We don't get those yet. We're like 40 and rainy right now. So you got to take it with
sense. When he told me it was 40 degrees in June, I said, I won't see 40 again until November, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We still got we'll start warming up a little bit now, but yeah, no. So we kind of do, like I said, we have a lawn care, landscaping, snow. We do a little bit of everything from maintenance, from mowing, lawn treatments to installs, shrub bed maintenance, pruning, mulching. Pretty much a full anything outdoors. We'll tackle it.
Yeah.
And this is our 14th season, so we've been at it for a while now, and we're running a crew of. Well, there's myself, and I have a lady in the office, and then we have 8 employees in the field. So a good size. We're growing, and still trying to grow like yourself, right? So
14 years. That is that's super cool to hear. The fact that it sounds kind of rude, but I don't mean it rude, that you made it that long. You know, like 14 years is a good chunk of time. I mean, that is a you have stood the test of time. Like that is super cool, and to hear that you're doing it with 8 guys. How long have you been that size? Like when did you what is the word?
Kind of go
when did you eclipse the 5 employee range? Like get above that.
It was actually at the start of COVID. So that would be 2020, I guess. We were up to that point. I was kind of running myself and 3 to 4 guys. I liked the size we were at. We were very profitable. Our margins were great. We just kind of had everything kind of dialed in and running smoothly.
Yeah.
And then COVID hit, and the landscape market here went crazy.
Like it did everywhere.
Everybody wanted everything done. And that year we went from 3 to 7.
Wow.
We bought like 2 new trucks. We got excavator. We just kind of expanded into a pile of new kind of avenues of the business. Cause we were mostly like maintenance and mowing in like kind of that time, like the first 7-8 years, I guess. Like we did some small installs, but nothing major. And then, we just kind of found the right people, and because a lot of people weren't working too, which really helped us. We had all these guys that were home from away or whatever that were all looking for work with experience that could run machines, that could do all that stuff. And then everything kind of just fell into place.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. It's cool to hear that, we talk to a lot of guys now, myself included, that COVID messed up a lot of people. Like COVID messed up in America, it messed up a lot. Messed up a huge contributing factor in messing up the government, the election, like all kinds of stuff that went into all that. Not going to go down that path, but I think it's cool to see how much good came from it too. Like, that's not really talked about. Like, there's so many people's businesses who literally exploded overnight and have they've been able to sustain it since then. We're 4 years out from that, which is wild. Like, we're sitting here at the beach, and we were talking just last night we got here, and when we were here in 2020, it was before we got married, this beach was closed. Like, the beaches are public. Beaches are always open. The sand beach is not going to be closed ever. Like, it's always open. It's never not open. Even on a hurricane, you can go out on the sand. You just can't get in the water. Like, and even if you do get in the water, you're not getting arrested. You're just not getting saved if you are drowning. Like, it's not like you're committing a felony. When we came down here in 2020, this whole beach was shut down. You could not go out on the sand. You could not, like, it was wild. And we were talking about that. It's like, man, how has that been 4 years? How much has changed? And things that have just kind of grown and adapted. Businesses have grown along the way, and it's cool to hear that. I mean, what have been your biggest struggle since COVID? Like, has it been a labor market? Have you kept your guys that you had back then? Has it been maintaining the workflow? What have you struggled with since that growth?
After like that first summer was really good. Like, we had all kinds of guys, but then people kind of started going back out west or going away, because a lot of people from the East Coast will travel out to like Alberta, the oil sands and stuff. They will work out there, right? Like, that's a pretty common thing here. Mm-hmm. So our market definitely, like our labor pool definitely died down a bit, and people just became comfortable not working. They were getting their government handouts. They didn't want to go, like, why go work hard for the day when you can get half it paid by the government to stay at home and play your video games or do whatever, right? So that was our biggest thing in the beginning, but we kind of overcame that by, like, we found a lot of good guys, and then we started switching employees to salary year round, because where we do snow, we're able to kind of offer that year round work. And once we did that, we were able to start keeping a lot of our good employees. Our employee retention has gone way up. Like, we have what, four guys that have been with us since before COVID, so like 4 or 5 years now. Wow. So it's been working really well that way too. That's kind of how we overcame that initial battle.
Talk about salary a little bit, and I'm not going to hold you to anything here. I'm interested and curious. We were talking about this the other night in our link conversation with Brian. What are the laws in Canada, if you know them, and if you're just flying under the radar, then that's cool too. I mean, everybody does it to some extent. What are your labor laws as far as salary for labor employees? Do you know? Are there any restrictions up there on that?
Not that I'm like not really aware of. So basic, like, as far as I know, no, like they're just kind of I guess it's technically salary, kind of guaranteed hours, I guess, so I know they have to have I think it's like after, if it's like between 1 and 2 years or 1 and 3 years, they have to have, I think it's like 4% or 10 days. If it's over that, they get 15 days or 6% kind of salary.
Like for PTO?
Like pay time off and all that stuff. Okay. But as far as I know, that's kind of the basis of it. And how we do it is we'll have they're guaranteed 40 hours a week all year round, all winter. They get it's like 2 weeks paid off at Christmas, all the holidays paid, all that sort of stuff. So in the summer, basically from April 1st till December, because we usually run until, like, our landscape season will usually go till about the middle of December. Yeah. With our cleanups and all that. So during that time, they work 45 hours. and then in the off season, like the winter season, they're working like 30 to 35. So it all kind of balances out over that whole time of like 40 hours pay, makes it nice and simple.
Yeah.
They know they're getting the same paycheck every week. It makes payroll easy. It makes budgeting for that stuff easy. So that's why we started doing that. And employees like it, right? You're guaranteed if we get a rain day like today, they're still going to work. But if it's too wet, if we can't do anything, they know they're still getting their pay regardless.
1,000,000%. And so I'm asking, I'm throwing some tough questions at you that were not scripted. Have you ran into, since you started, have you ran into doing salary and like someone's working, work through the spring rush, work through the summer, you're working 45, 47-hour weeks, like, and you're going to make up for that in the winter, right? Like, because you're not going to work that much in the winter. But then you end up firing them before the winter comes, and they don't make that up. Like, have you ran into that yet? Because that's something that I'm kind of scratching my head on. Like, you are, in a sense, you're like going to screw some people if you work them through spring and summer, and then they don't get it. You don't let them stay till winter.
No, so I haven't. I like all my since I've hired a salary employee, I haven't.
They've all stayed.
They're all still here.
That's awesome.
So every salary employee that I have is still here and still working. Well, actually, one guy left, but that was kind of his choice. He had another like opportunity come up. All the power to him. And it was kind of right before winter anyway, so it kind of all worked out. It was all good.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like that's kind of it's worked out well. It's worked out really well.
Yeah.
That way for us. And what they do too is like they usually keep track of their hours anyways. So say if one week if they have like 50 hours or whatever, the following week we might finish early on Friday, or if they know that they're say going away the end of July or whatever, and they want to bank some of those hours, they can kind of put them aside so that they can take a Friday off without using some of their paid time and whatever. And that's the other thing with that as well. So like say if you get your 15 days and you use like 8 of them come our Christmas break, like when we stop for December, it's usually like December 20th or whatever. If you have 6 days left, you get paid out those 6 days. So yeah, so if you like work extra, you kind of use that instead of your paid time. Then come the end, you might have 10 days that you'll get paid out, just like your vacation pay at the end of the year.
Yeah, that's cool, dude. That's awesome. How have you kind of, and if you don't, it's okay. I'm just like wanting to hear and educate. How are you like creating a system and stuff to follow this? Is it your office admin is helping with this? Like how are you keeping up and tracking what all you're talking about? Because sounds really cool. Sounds like a really cool system to have running. But I know a lot of guys would be like, man, me trying to keep up with that at 8 guys and selling and like I would never be able to maintain that. So
I know you use LMN, but we use Jobber. We've been with them for 5 years now, and they have like the clock in feature. So we have iPads in all our trucks, and the boys clock in the morning and clock out. So it kind of tracks their hours that way. And it's handy too, because then we're able to apply that time to individual jobs and stuff so that way I can actually kind of do some cost benefit and stuff on them.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
Do you have them clock into any individual jobs?
Our hardscape guys do. They clock in to all of them. Our mowing, we don't. Just because there's like some of our lawns, we might be mowing for 4 minutes.
Yep.
And you're doing 30 a day. That's kind of, you're spending more time clicking in, starting a timer, stopping it, whatever.
Yep.
But yeah, our hardscape stuff we do, and then we do have some maintenance work that we do, like hourly and stuff as well. Or like we have like site visits that are like people will buy maintenance packages from us where they might do, for like 4 hours once a month or 4 hours every 2 weeks. So the boys will clock in and clock out for those as well, just so the customer can see when they start it. So that's kind of how we use that. But they all clock in at the start of the day and then the end of the day, and then it kind of keeps a running tally.
Yeah, keeps a good record for sure. Yeah, 1,000,000%. Well, let's transition over into like you being a leader and leading your team, because if you've hired 4 or 5, however many salary guys you said, and you haven't really lost any, that means you got something going on right. You're doing something right. The company's growing. You keeping work rolling in. Like, what are you doing to maintain this culture, grow this team, and take your company to new heights and grow? Like, how are you developing yourself as a leader, what are some things that you can say, not brag about, but say, hey, I do this pretty well, and it has paid off for us in the end?
I definitely I treat the boys pretty good. Like they're all very well paid. And I know like I don't work as much as I used to like in the field. Like I'm still out pretty much every day doing something. But like I've hired the right people. I've put the right so I have like those 4 salary guys, they're all running their own crew. They have a guy or two that work under them. And they do it like I've not necessarily trained them, but I've put the right people in the right places to set them up to succeed. And I know like this work, it's a hard line of work, and I get that. I've been there, I've done it, I've spent my fair share of time digging and all that, but putting them setting them up for success is the biggest thing. And I invest a lot in new equipment. I try to reduce as much labor as possible. Like our manual labor side has gone way down. Like we have like a diesel wheelbarrow, you sit on it, you drive it. So there's no more lugging barrels. Like we just bought another small excavator. So there's no more, like when we're doing small flower beds, we used to hand dig them all. Whereas now we have this small little machine. It'll fit in through like a 3-foot gate. It'll dig anything out. And I think that's what helps keep a lot of the guys around as well. Like they know when they come to work, if they need something, they get it. They get a tool for it. They get the right tool for the job. Whereas a lot of other places they're making them, there's a lot of manual labor, right? And people just don't want to do that anymore. And back to my side of it, I'm definitely big on company culture. I like that the guys, like all the guys that we have here, they all like Friday afternoons, like we hang out, we hang out there in the shop. We finish like Fridays. We're usually done by like 1:00, and then we'll hang out in the garage. We'll play cornhole. Might have a beer or two. We'll barbecue. We do that pretty much weekly, all summer long.
Yeah,
and it just kind of, at the end of the day, it's almost just like hanging out with a bunch of buddies, right? It's not like necessarily work related, so it's kind of good in that sense. And
well, you're bringing in, I like that, because look at the corporate line of work. Look at a corporate company. Like, what do those companies have? They usually have like big kitchens and microwaves and all the stuff that fills out a kitchen, and then they'll have a like a little game room, a ping pong table or a pool table or a foosball or something like that. And it's a common area that people can go have lunch on a Friday, like you're saying, hang out, goof off, have a good time. And why can we not do that? You know, just because we're not in an office in a suit and a tie doesn't mean you still can't build those relationships and have that time together. Like, and when you do that, that's when think about it from the employee's point of view. If all you ever do as an employer is give them a list, tell them what they have to do, make sure they're clocking in, clocking out, make sure they're not breaking things and being efficient, why would they do anything good for you? Why would they build a relationship with you? You know?
Why do anything extra?
Yeah.
Exactly, right? So, and that's like we kind of talked about earlier, how it's like raining today. Like, I have 8 guys out working in the rain right now. Not one complaint, like, I'm sure some of them would probably rather be somewhere else.
Yeah, yeah.
But they're still here. They're here at 6:45 this morning. They're loading up. They're getting all their gear on, and they're going. Like, it's those little things I find that I do a bit for them, and then they know, like, they're gonna, and like they might finish a little early today, but they're still gonna get paid their 8 hours or 9 hours or whatever it is. Like, it's a lot of give and take in that sense for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. It's just so cool to hear that the company's growing. You're at a good spot there. What are you doing? What is your main source of revenue right now? Where does not your time, but your revenue, where do you make the most revenue in your company? What division? You probably spend the most time mowing. I feel like that's how everybody does. Anybody that still does mowing, that's where your time goes, but it's never where the most revenue is.
We actually got our mowing dialed down pretty good. Like, we got it down to, we're doing about 120 properties, I guess, and we're down to like under 3.5 days now. So
holy
we got
cow,
it.
What are those like 4,000 square foot lawns?
100%. We are super targeted on what we mow. Like, we don't, if you have like, I went and looked at one the other day, we got a call for it. There's a hill. No, thank you. Not interested. You have a gate? Not interested. We have to push mow? No, thank you. So like, basically we have like 4,000 to 5,000 square foot lawns that are flat. We zero turn them and we're like 5 minutes on to the next one. averaging like 25 to like we had 2 guys out yesterday that did 33 lawns.
Wow.
So like they're just in, out, and on to the next one. So that's how we set up. So our time's not that, and then we usually get them for like a day and a half, 2 days helping another crew, right? So on a bigger job, or whatever, we'll hop them around that way. But our most revenue, it's pretty like evenly split right now. Because like our maintenance stuff, it takes a bit of time, but it's pretty profitable because it's a lot of just guys' time, right? It's just trimming and all that sort of stuff. Our hardscape projects, last year we definitely brought in the most revenue through that. I'd say that's probably, and even snow. Like this year we had that crazy snowstorm. We got like 7 feet of snow in like 3 days.
That's
so like
ridiculous.
It was. I mean, that was phenomenal for the business. Like, basically could have paid off a tractor in a storm.
Yeah.
So like it just really varies year to year, kind of what it is, but it's pretty evenly balanced out on where we're bringing in our revenue, and then our most profitable will be. I bought a lawn treatment company last year in the fall, doing like weed control, insect control for like. So I always did fertilizing and aerating and all that sort of stuff. But I purchased a portion of a company from a pest control doing that sort of stuff, and the margins on that are pretty wild. Yeah, I know. I talked to John. We were down in because that's what he and then he was talking a lot about, and I was like, okay, I kind of see where this is all going, right? So that's my latest thing. I'm trying to grow that a fair bit and try to get up to.
Are you learning that, or are you hiring people that know how to do that?
So right now it's me doing it. So in Nova Scotia, you have to be like a licensed applicator.
Yeah.
You have to. There's a bunch of courses you have to take. Like I think it was like a 12-week course that I took over the previous winter to do it, and so I'm technically doing all the spraying and stuff now. But that is the goal: is to find or hire someone that is interested in taking the course and can do it, and then start.
So so your technician has to be certified, not just the company.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow,
so the individual technician has to be, and it's like I never minded school. I like doing all that stuff, but it was probably one of the harder exams I've ever written. Really? It was tough. Yeah. But I mean, I get it. Like they want it to be tough so that Joe Blow can't just go write it, pass it, and
go start
kill somebody's lawn or kill the environment, kind of. Yeah. But and it's a tough battle too, because like I don't know what your guys' like regulations are on pesticides and stuff there, but here they're pretty strict. We're pretty limited. I think we have like 3 products we can use, so it's pretty limited, and that's why we really push like the more like the integrated like pest management side of it, with like the doing all your lawn other treatments along with like your aerating and fertilizing and teaching customers like mowing height if we don't mow it, and like all that other side of it as well, right? Just kind of work it together with the available products we have to kind of do our best to control and maintain weeds.
Yeah, 100%. That's super cool, man. I appreciate you sharing all that and kind of walking through the journey that you're doing there, leading your team. Let's transition a little bit over to how we did meet and what that future looks like. I'm excited. We just shared about being able to get our hands on some Crest equipment and go to work with that and see what battery power is all about. That's how we got to meet. You came down to that event in North Carolina, and what is you're in a totally different part of the world. What does battery equipment look like for you guys up there? How is it going to be integrated? Where do you think battery's going in the next couple years? And I want to hear your opinion on it, because we're starting to put this stuff to work, and I'm like, man, this is a real player. Like it is not far off from gas.
Mm-hmm. Well, I seen you got your post the other day. You had all that Crest stuff show up, right? Yeah. So I was talking to Rain, the lady. I think you were dealing with her as well. Yeah. Like that stuff's supposed to be on its way soon. She sent me a list yesterday, I think, of what's coming, because like our dealer for Crest just opened up. Awesome. So it's kind of, I think they were just kind of getting that moving. But battery wise out here, there's not a whole lot happening with it. Like really? There's not really a push for it yet. So like Ontario and like BC, like British Columbia, they would definitely be like the 2 main areas that are really pushing that electric stuff, like battery and whatnot. And we're usually a couple years behind that because, like I
Yeah.
said, we're way out east. Like we're pretty much as far east as you can go before you hit the ocean and
Fall
start
off into
going to
the
Europe.
water. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty well. I mean, I walk outside and the cliffs across the street from my house, and there's like the Atlantic Ocean, right? So we're out there.
So do you see the water from your house?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Really?
Like I look out my front door, and there's the Atlantic Ocean.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's a pretty cool spot. Like,
is that a prime piece of real estate?
it's definitely become one. Yeah. So I bought it 10 years ago, and since then it's people. Well, a lot of people from like other parts are moving here, right? After COVID, people like our housing market's super cheap, so people were just kind of influxing here, and once they kind of realized, right, it's
So what do
it's
you
Cape
what do
Breton.
you what do you pay for an ocean view on a cliff?
So when I bought it, I got half acre for $160,000.
What? Overlooking the ocean?
Overlooking the ocean, yeah.
Holy
And it's
cow.
like commercially zoned. So it's like
That's crazy.
yeah. I mean it's gone a lot crazier since then. But yeah, no, it was kind of right place, right time.
That's ridiculous. Holy cow.
Yeah.
If you want something
Yeah.
on the water here, you're not getting in it for less than $1 million. That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, it's pretty. That's why a lot of people packed up and moved here, right? But it's a pretty cool. If you're ever looking at like up or whatever, like Cape Breton Island, I think it's like ranked like one of the top like 10 islands in the world.
What is it?
Like
Say it
it's
again.
Cape Breton Island, CAPE, and then Breton BRETON. It has like some of like the top ranked golf courses in the world. Like it's a pretty cool spot if people haven't heard of it or seen it before.
I could get there in one day, 11 hours.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I felt going to North Carolina. That's pretty much how long it took me to get there.
Yeah, yeah. Talk about that real fast before because I want to move into the battery a little bit more. But talk about your travel experience, dude. When you told me this, I said, "There's no way." Like, no,
Yeah.
no. I'll hop on a
Yeah.
Zoom.
Yeah, oh yeah, a little quicker to hop on a call for sure. But no, so like when I was flying down there for that, I had a 5-hour drive because like flights out of our like airport in town are pretty hit or miss. And I think if I was leaving out of Sydney to get to North Carolina, it was like close to like $3,700 for flights. And I was like, that's a little ridiculous.
Yeah.
But no, so I drove it's like 5 hours to Halifax, and then I flew from Halifax to Toronto to Washington to North. So it was like 4 flights, took like basically an entire day. But yeah,
That's crazy. Yeah,
you do it. Committed.
When you told me it was gonna be like it was gonna be like a day and a half before you got home, I was like, nah, I'm out on that. Sorry, dude.
Yeah.
Feel bad
No,
for
no.
you.
It's a trek, but hey, like I said, I like going to those things. It's a super cool opportunity,
Yeah.
right? So it's kind of hard to pass up, and especially when I live out here, right? It's pretty much anywhere I go, I'm traveling.
Yep. That's I guess that's probably why it's $160,000 for a house looking over the beach.
Yeah, but now it's gone up substantially since then. But
So,
yeah, it's-
so are you literally okay? So this island, I'm doing some geography
live
work.
research. Yep.
Yeah. So this whole Cape Breton is like this whole when you it's like
Island,
you
yeah.
pass Port Hastings and like that puts
Yep.
you on the island.
Yeah, so there's like an actual like swing bridge, like a causeway that opens. Like,
Really?
that's how you get on the island. Yeah. So there's like a channel there so boats can go through. It's
Have you ever gotten stuck on the island?
in the winter you can, like if there's like big snowstorms and stuff.
So where do you
Like
fly out of? How far do you have to drive?
So in Sydney that's where I live. I live just outside of Sydney.
Yep.
That's like up on the kind of the top right hand corner of it.
Yep.
So we have an airport. We do have an airport there, but I have to fly to Halifax. So that'd be like 5 hours, kind of heading southwest.
See if I can find Halifax on Google Maps here. Do you get over? So is that in Nova Scotia?
Yeah, it's still in Nova Scotia, but it's about 5 hours away there.
I'm literally sitting there looking through cities like, let me see if I can find it. How far is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, it's on the very bottom tip. Like,
Yeah,
it's on the ocean. Okay.
yeah, yeah. Pretty much all of Nova Scotia, like a good chunk of it's
On the water.
all. Yeah,
That's
just a big ol'-
cool, dude. So how
Yeah.
okay, well, I never realized how close you are to Europe.
yeah.
Like
That's what
how
I mean,
long
like,
would it
we're-
take you to fly to Spain?
Not sure to Spain, but like once you're going to Europe, it's like
Spain is the
I wanna say,
closest
like,
thing. I mean, Ireland maybe a little bit closer, but like,
so a lot of people when they go that way, they'll go like Halifax, Ireland, and then distribute wherever they're going afterwards.
okay.
And I think it's like a 5 hour flight or something. Like
Yeah,
it's
you're not far at
it's
all.
not far. No,
Yeah.
I know that's same with like Greenland and all that stuff. Like we're pretty close on that whole side, right? So it's
You are a long
people
way.
don't realize like how far east I really am.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I'm way out there.
literally. So are you? So does Nova Scotia? You follow all the Canadian like government though? Is that how? Yeah.
Yep. We're all under part of that. And
Okay. Cool, dude.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. There's our geography lesson for the day.
yeah, in case anyone was wondering where
yeah.
Cape Breton Island is.
There you go.
That little rock out in the
That
ocean.
may be my next vacation spot, though. That's super.
It's like I said, pretty nice in the summer once you get into July and August, and
Yeah,
hella scenery. So
that's awesome, dude. Well, yeah. So batteries coming your way. You're gonna put it to the test. I think it's gonna be really cool to see what happens the next couple years with that. We're kind of the same boat as you. No, it's not being pushed here at all. Like no one is saying,
Yeah.
"Hey, get battery equipment, or you're not gonna be able to do this contract." Like that's not a thing yet here.
Mhm.
We're a couple years away, I think, but it will happen. Like it will start, and I think what you're saying, you're a couple years away. The benefit to that, and a lot of guys listening, you're going to say the exact same thing. I'm a couple years away. I'm a couple years away. My plea to you, or like my advice or idea is, hey, get a few pieces integrated into your company early on, so when it is there, you can say, hey, I've done this for 4 years now, and like, I know how this stuff works. When everyone else is trying to figure it out, everyone else is trying to figure out what brand to use. How to keep the batteries charged, how to run power, like how to use it efficiently. Then you're like, yeah, I'm 4 years in. Like, I mean, we're good and we're rocking and rolling.
Well,
and so I think there's some benefit to that.
Just think COVID was 4 years ago. That went pretty quick. So it's going to go 4 years just as quick in the other direction, right? So
literally think about that.
I think it'll be here before you know it. But I was actually, we were at a demo day for our Kubota dealer the other day. And they carry like Toros and steel and all that stuff. And they had some of the electric mowers there. And have you tried the electric steel mower yet?
No, I haven't.
That thing is crazy. It's
Really?
probably the fastest 27 kilometers an hour.
Wow.
So well, hold on. Let me convert that for you. Hold on. Because that would be...
Let's get that into English here.
Yeah. Get that into... so 27 divided by 1.6. So that'd be like 17 miles an hour.
That's moving. That is absolutely flying.
Yeah, you're flying on, and like I said, we use that, and they had the Toro. I think it's the Grandstand.
Yeah.
Electric. Yeah, so we were playing with those for a little bit. Like, they're definitely nice, but like I said, there's definitely still a pretty big price tag on them compared to a regular mower,
especially being on an island.
Yeah. Stuff gets real expensive out here when you're trying to get stuff.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine living in Hawaii? We've got some friends out there right now, and I'm like, and we went out there for our honeymoon in 2021. No, it was 2020. It was still 2020. We went out there in 2020, and it's like everything you do out here is 3 times as expensive just because it's got to get here. Like getting it here, it's either boat or plane. Like that's the only way it's getting there. And I'm just like, holy cow! Like it's just it's an expensive way of life.
We're not to that extent, but it's definitely, you definitely get that kind of freight stuff. Like when we get like our fertilizer delivered, like even buying plants, like I drive like 4 hours because there's not like a big nursery here.
Yeah.
So I drive 4 hours. I take the enclosed trailer and I stog it full. I bring it back. I have a greenhouse at the house. I keep it all in there just to kind of see so it doesn't get cooked or whatever.
I just registered with what you just said. You drive 4 hours to get plants?
To get like, because like basically here there's like a couple box stores that sell them, but there's not like an actual
there's no nurseries of any sort?
There's one, but it's literally cheaper for me to drive 4 hours, get a hotel, get my plants, and then drive back versus buying the plant material here.
No way.
Yeah. So that's what I do. I drive usually once a month. I'll head up and I'll just fill the trailer and then come back, and then that'll be like our plans for the month.
So you can't just throw in any like last minute installs. You got to be like actually prepped and planned for these.
Well, right now we're booked probably for like our install stuff. Like we're usually booked 3 months, probably 3 months out.
Okay.
So we usually have it pretty dialed in. But what I'll do too, like if we have a little room left in the trailer, there's a lot of common plants that people always ask for.
Just
So like
throw
right
some
now,
extras.
so right now out in the yard, like I probably have 40 or 50 shrubs and I don't know, 60 perennials, just kind of for like a last minute install, or if someone changes or
Yeah.
something comes up, we have like that common stuff available.
Do you
But-
always buy X? So if you're installing, I don't know what plants you use. We'll say 10 boxwoods. If you are installing 10 boxwoods in your actual design, are you buying 12 in case 2 of them die, and you don't have to drive back an hour?
Not
4 hours?
normally. Not normally, just because I'm usually going back next month
you'll be going
anyways.
back? Okay.
Yeah, but we've said the nursery deals we've had awesome luck with, and that's where we get like all our fertilizer and hydro seed and all that stuff from, anyways. So they're pretty good to deal with.
So
if
what
something
is your
does get
average
warranty.
lawn cost then? Like I'm thinking fertilizer. What is your average cost for mowing, and then maybe like just one of those same yards a fertilizing and weed control? Like if you're having to drive 4 hours to get material and stuff.
But so that stuff we get all shipped down anyways. So that's
Okay.
like that stuff's not too bad. And we can buy fertilizer stuff locally. But like I said, I like dealing with the company I deal with. They've been awesome. And
So you don't have to inflate your prices too bad on that end.
no, so basically in the spring we'll get like one truck down and we'll get like 4 or 5 pallets of fertilizer. We'll get 2 pallets of seed. We'll get all our stuff all in one shipping. So we're just eating the freight cost
Yeah.
once, and then we're good to go for the season. But our average lawn cost might be $50. But
Okay.
we try to push everything. We started pushing everything seasonally, so like it's a one lump sum payment.
Yeah.
So we get about 22 cuts a year. So you're probably $1,100, $1,200 for the season for mowing.
You're saying you're trying to get people to pay all at once?
Yep. That's
Okay,
what we.
so that transitions into my next question, and we're going to wrap up here. I don't want to hold you much longer. I was going here next. How are you handling cash flow with that? Like that's going to make for some tough cash flow problems. I would think. I mean, I'm sure you have ways to combat it. You wouldn't still be doing it. It works.
Yeah.
But like, what do you do? How are you handling your cash flow through this growth process? Through payroll for 8 guys every single week. I mean, I don't even want to begin to think what that is.
Payroll's definitely a chunk.
Yeah.
But no, like I said, we do a lot of it. We do we've been slowly switching. Like each year, we kind of convert more and more to it. But having people pay up front is awesome. They pay, and like a lot of people like it, right? And if they don't want to do, so say if we do like upfront, we might give, if you prepay by April 15th, say before like our mowing season doesn't usually start till May, we'll give like say a 10% discount.
For sure.
So then we have we have a bunch coming in that way, and then everything else is split out monthly. So you get 6 monthly payments for mowing. And then most of our mowing customers are also our snow customers. So we split their snow payments into either upfront or 12 months. So usually like April 15th and November 15th, we have a pretty big influx of cash. And then if not, every month we're getting payments from all these other customers as well. And then after, I'm definitely slow on the billing side. Like once we finish this call, I have probably close to 400 invoices to send out.
Wow.
It's been a busy month and a half.
Yeah.
So I'll get, that's what I'll do this after, like the rest of today. But yeah, so like we have our steady cash flow coming into like our mowing and our snow, and then our projects and everything else are all kind of
taking deposits and things like that.
I should be better at taking deposits. I don't.
Yeah.
We just kind of, I mean, some stuff we will on some bigger jobs. But like, I don't know. I find deposits a hassle, just kind of getting them and then people paying. And then, cause like we're like some stuff we're booking projects now for like September into October.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I get it. Like people want to give their deposit for it, but then like, I also just don't want to sit on their money for 4 months.
Yeah.
And then it's just sitting there, and then it's like you do something else with it, and then when you actually time to buy the material, you've already used it for whatever else, right? So it's kind of, and like most of our customers, even the ones we're doing projects and stuff for, like we've always done work for them. So it's not like
have you ever
I don't know.
Again, unscripted tough question. Have you ever gotten burnt by not taking a deposit? Have you ever had somebody not pay?
Yep, for $47,000. It sucked.
No way. The whole thing? They didn't pay the whole thing?
Yep. So that was all we ended up in court, and it was a whole ordeal, and yeah, she was just a miserable lady. How
did you not get $47,000? Like that is definitely worth going to court over.
Oh no, I lost in court.
How did you lose?
Oh, the whole thing is a big shit show.
$45,000.
Yep, that was year 5.
How much material cost did you have?
Like 15 grand.
Okay, so at least a lot of it was labor. At least you weren't literally
a lot of it was it was just time, right? That was the biggest thing. But no, it just didn't, no matter what we did, it wasn't. It didn't matter what I did. We couldn't please her. It was this. It like, and the problem was like it was probably like our first like real big like hardscape project. Yeah. And like she had this design built, she had it done, she picked all the material, and then we did it. And like obviously we didn't have like proper contracts. We didn't have all this stuff, and it just went to shit. I mean, real quick.
I don't want to keep prying too hard. How did you lose that? How did a judge rule? Yeah, she doesn't owe you for the work you did.
Yeah, so it was just
at least like, a portion,
and that's kind of what I think I ended. What I end up
like give me my $15,000 for cost of goods, and I'll go on my way.
Oh, I didn't even get like the material cost. Yeah. I didn't get. I think we ended up getting. What? I think we got like a portion of like a deposit or percentage of it or something. It was like maybe wild. Like $5,000. But yeah, so like then she had another company come in and they're like, oh, this is all built wrong, which it wasn't. Like we had the people from the brick supplier there. They're like, this is all fine. What happened was she didn't like the design of it, even though we didn't do it. We just built it.
Yeah.
And she didn't like the material she picked, but she's also a lawyer.
Yeah.
Okay. And she kind of has all these connections. And we actually I was actually like a client of their law firm.
Wow.
And then I ended up getting like dropped by the league, like by their law firm. I had to go get another one. It was
that's crazy, bro. That's wild.
And it was like end of October, going into winter, like my 5th year. I'm just lucky I did. Like that was probably the hardest thing I've ever dealt with.
Yeah, I mean, you're literally lucky you stayed afloat through that.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's awesome.
It was a battle for sure. But
so I was not expecting it to go there. What would you say, looking back on that now, what would you say got you through that?
I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
I honestly have no idea.
Survival? Like that.
Pretty much. Pretty much figured this out. And well, actually, it was the winter. We got pounded with snow that winter.
Well, at least you got some snow. You weren't just sitting there like sitting ducks.
Yeah. So so we were kind of basically, and then it changed a lot though. Like it changed how I did everything. Like we do, like on big stuff now, like anything over like say 10 grand or 15 grand, we'll get a signed contract. We'll get either a credit card. Well, like sometimes we'll take like even just a credit card on file.
Yeah.
So that way we can chart if we do need to. Some people will still get deposits from. Like I said, I've kind of slacked back off on that.
ACH is going to solve that problem for me because I'm in the same boat. Like deposits are so annoying. Like just the fact me going and meeting someone to get a check, like that's an extra hour to hour and a half of time that I do not need to be spending with them. Like it's just I don't want to go do that. And not that I don't want to spend time with them. I just mean like I don't have that.
You have other things to do.
Exactly, I have better things to be doing. Yeah. But some would say, probably some successful business people would say, do you have better things to be doing if your cash flow is struggling? Like if that's something that you got to fix, then that's probably something you should be doing. But Element does offer ACH payments, and so that is huge. We're working on getting that finalized and set up right now, so people can we can split our contract into multiple payments by percentages. Shoot that out. They can ACH. That's like a 50-cent transaction fee. And
so what's an ACH?
So ACH is like a bank payment. So it's not a credit.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it's not a credit card, but a bank. So you don't eat the fee. Like you don't have a 3% fee. So you can send $10,000 deposit, and you're only going to pay $5. Like it's not you don't eat that massive fee.
Gotcha.
So
okay, so that's kind of like our e-transfer type system.
Yes.
So it'd be like an electronic. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So
same idea then.
Yep, 100%. And so that's kind of what we're doing now. Element's allowing us to do that. Do you know, like, does Jobber have that feature?
Yep, they do have a deposit feature on there now. So we started using that a bit, like the request for a deposit or request for a credit card on file. So that's been handy. Yeah, kind of going forward with that. But like I said, it's that's the biggest thing, right? Time.
Yeah, I don't have time to be running around picking up checks. Like,
no, take a check and take it to the bank and this and that. It's just no.
It's
and
crazy.
You get to the bank and it's an hour.
Yeah,
you're spending an hour just in line to deposit a check when there should be another way to do it. So
it's crazy. I think literally the lawn care industry has to be one of the last, if not the last, industry that is still taking checks on a regular basis. I don't know of anything else that people write checks for anymore.
No,
nothing.
I don't even own check. Like,
yeah, I have one checkbook that I ordered when we first opened our bank account. Like that's it. Yeah. Like when I run out, I'm gonna be like, what do I do now? Like I write.
I really need more?
I write a couple checks a year, like literally a year, and it's that's what I ask people now. I don't ask like I've gotten to the point. I'm like, do y'all have checks? Is a check okay? Because we don't do it anymore, and so that's why ACH is huge. Getting cards on file for maintenance is huge as well. So, well, that is too cool, man. I appreciate you sharing the story, the honesty, and a lot of unscripted questions there. But what do you have like lined up for the next year, the next couple years? I mean, where are you trying to take the business? And then where can everybody find you, follow along with you along the way?
Okay. So the next couple of years, like I said, I'm really working on growing that lawn treatment side because there's only one other company in our town that does it. And he's an older fella. I think he's kind of on his, I don't know how much longer he's going to keep doing it. Yeah. So that's kind of, I'm looking really to kind of take over that whole market share of it.
Wow.
That's kind of my big push for that. And then same with snow. Because like I said, after we had that massive snowstorm, I think we had probably close to like, I don't know, 1,200 people like bail out and do their driveways for them. Like just kind of people call us. And when we were doing it, the lady in the office, she kind of kept everybody's email, contact information. So basically starting in probably August, we'll start kind of hammering out some advertising for that and look to add maybe a tractor or two. And even if we pick up, say, 30% of those, like that's a good chunk. And to kind of take advantage of that.
And guys, when he says he had a big snowstorm, there are no words to describe the amount of snow that you had. When you show me those pictures of you jumped, didn't, okay, how?
Yeah,
you jumped at your second story window, right?
It was the first story window.
It was the first story, okay.
Yeah, I basically just kind of, story and a half, I guess, kind of flopped out onto the deck because I literally couldn't open the doors. They were buried in snow.
That's so wild. That's ridiculous. I'll take 95 all day long over that.
Me too, I think. But no, it was something. So, but yeah, so that's kind of our goal is to kind of use that and kind of take all that information we collected to kind of get some advertising and hit them up and see what we can develop that side and then just keep steady growing and go from there.
That's awesome, dude. Well, where can everybody follow along with you and stay connected and see what you got going on down the road?
So it's pretty much Hodder, Hodder landscaping on Instagram, TikTok. I think it's on YouTube as well. I just a lot of the same content that we post from our TikToks and stuff, just reels and stuff. We're not really doing any long form content. It's a lot of work. I always say I'm going to try it, but I never.
It's a lot of
never
time. It's
get
a big
there.
time commitment.
Yeah,
it's a big.
It
time
is.
Commitment.
It's a big commitment that I don't have that much free time yet.
It's better you don't make the commitment and not fail on it than make the commitment and fail on it.
And that's pretty much where I'm at with it now. Until I can find someone to do it or get enough free time.
Yeah. And
we actually do. I don't know. Do you know Brandon from Stripe Life Canada?
I don't know Brandon. I know.
You probably know Ken.
Ken, yes.
So Brandon kind of runs the Canadian one. So me and him actually have a podcast as well, Crooked Stripe. So you can kind of check that out as well. Usually every Tuesday we throw one out there. So
I wondered how you had such a good setup here. I was like, what's this dude do? Did you do some voiceovers or something? So I forgot you did say you had a podcast up there. So that's cool, man. Yeah. Well, I'll have to check it out. Maybe link up and get on a show one day. So that's awesome.
Absolutely. we'll definitely return the favor and have you on anytime. So.
Yeah, man. Well, I appreciate you taking some time out of your morning. You got 400 invoices to go send out. I don't want to hold you up from that. I mean, that sounds like really fun stuff. I'm going to go lay on the beach and
love it.
Bathe in the sun. So it's going to be a good week for us here ahead as well. Guys, if you're out there working and crushing it this week, just keep your head up, keep grinding. If you have things go wrong, know you're not alone. Find community. Get around people who are trying to grow their business, grow their life the same way that you are. And that's what this podcast is about. That's what everything we do, all the content we put out is just about growing the community one relationship at a time. So, Martin, thank you for tuning in and joining us, buddy.
Awesome, man. Thank you for having me.
All right, buddy. Well, guys, have a great rest of the day. I appreciate you tuning in and following along with us. We'll be back with you here on Friday for another great show. And without any further ado, that's going to wrap this one up. And we look forward to catching up with everybody here on the next one.
Thanks for tuning in to the Growing Green podcast. It is an honor to have you listening, and we hope you receive valuable advice to help take your business to the next level. Don't forget to follow the podcast so you'll be notified when our next episode drops.